All right, let's talk about capping holes. So when we're capping holes, we we can go ahead and just hit 3 on the keyboard and look at something here. This is just a basic cylinder that I scaled a little bit on the X and the Z. But you can see you get this weird pin cushion thing if you just hit 3. And the reason why is because we have these really long triangles here that are coming to a single pull. There's, a fast way to get rid of that is you can go into Mesh Tools and you can go into Offset Edge Loop Tool. Now, I'm showing you this, but I'm going to show you how I do it afterwards. This is just a fast way to kind of mess with this. So you just drag from right to left. An edge loop won't cut around there. An edge loop will cut around this side, but not this. But this tool will. So you could just go ahead and do what I just did there. Click into here, drag to your left, and you could go ahead and hit 3. Let's get out of the object mode so we can see this. Deselect. So now you don't get any of that pinching, but these long polygons like this, these long triangles, they're not really the best. They're kind of stretchy. If you needed something quick and you needed like the lowest poly model and you wanted to like bake off of this, you could use this technically, but this is not how I do it. All right, so what we're usually going to do is we're going to go like this. We're going to take the faces like so, and then we'll just extrude in a little bit here. So offset, pull that in a little bit. Now this is going to be a bigger bevel than what I just did before. I'm going to delete those actually. So I'm just going to go edge. And I'll only do one side because, you could always mirror the other side. And you guys know how to do that. So we'll go ahead and say fill hole. Now what I do is I'm going to look at the orientation. So I always like to start with like either, the X or the Z. And I'm going to do a cut across here. Like so. And then I'll go to the X and do that. So now we have our little object started. And if you have this in the center of the world, by the way, which I don't, if you have this in the center of the world, you can use the symmetry. Once you cut like a symmetry line down the middle, it will work. So, but I'm just going to do the whole thing by hand, like so. And then at some point, you're going to leave and quads in the corners. So it doesn't matter whether you do it on the Z-axis plane or if you do it on the X, it doesn't really matter. You could just pick one of them. And it's going to look something like this in the end. But what you want to do is if you want it to be nice and balanced, you can grab the inner vertices right here and go to average verts, and you hit G a few times. It'll average out. Okay, now there are tools like Houdini and Blender have a grid fill tool that will do this automatically. If Maya has one, I don't know about it yet. But I just downloaded 2025, so maybe they added something like that and I haven't found it yet. Yeah, so it'd be nice if they do, but I'm not sure. So anyway, so now this is how you want to do this. Of course you can drop an edge loop in here, and then you hit 3, and now we've got like this nice bevel. You can see this side doesn't have enough holding edges. Boom, now it does, and you can see, yeah, that looks like a good object. If we put one in the middle, we just delete the bottom and mirror it down. But this is how we cap holes. This is the proper way. It's not the lowest poly way. So if you need a lower poly model, like I said about, if you're working in games and you have to have a lower poly and you're baking stuff to it, you can make your high poly like this, and then you can make a lower poly that uses like the pull in the middle or something similar to it. But if you're doing like good high poly models, this is going to work better. Even in games, if you're going for a little bit more higher poly workflow, which is what I'm sort of trying to teach here, the nice even quads here will allow you to like vertex paint like materials in and out and stuff like that. So you have like a nice balanced even quad mesh, and the UVs lay out really nicely for this as well. Okay, so that's how we're going to be capping holes. So just keep that in mind. And thanks for watching. Have a good one.